out the right choices in a lot of situations. Nope, it's gonna be the Karin. Oh, okay, wow.
They saw what happened to Jan, and they're like, I'm not going out like that. Like, Jan pulled out the big guns, still took an L. No, we're not today. So, I think this should very well be in Punk's favor, even if this character has received some nerfs. It still does exactly what Punk needs her to do, and yeah, like, it's gonna be a clinic. Punk is also on the same team as a Falke player, kind of. It's a bit of a stretch, but...
Out of just Pokey, who I love just choosing to go for the side switch. They're a little bit too far away to get the confirm off of the coach right there. I feel like that's the second time we've seen that same problem come out for Pokey when they choose to get out of the corner after the trigger activation. Ooh! Caught out Punk for trying to extend too much.
These life bars are looking very similar, but Chip is a factor now. Look at that bar there from Punk. Actually runs into the projectile. Oh no. Not like this.
With that air fireball, Pokey adds verticality to their zoning game so effectively, right? Like at any point when they jump, do you have to worry about a jump in limb? And the fact that they have that, I think it's jumping strong, where the spear just sort of reaches out versus a fireball. There's completely different angles to try to compensate for.
There's a lot to pay attention to with this character, and you know, throw that dive kick in, not dive kick, that the Goomba stomp in there as well. It's catching everybody tonight. Oh, doesn't get the follow up to the crush.
Oh no, that would have been, if not a stun, it would have been one touch for stun.
Yeah, that would have been extremely close, but now you're dead because that always kills.
Yeah, no, of course. Karin's privileged. Even still, 1 round apiece. What I was gonna say, the other thing about Goomba Stomp that was wild there was Punk actually tossed himself up, trying to dash underneath the Goomba Stomp.
Stay back. Don't come near me. 6 feet, says Pokey. Oh my. That's the thing that really blows up these Falke players, though. If you can get the timing down on their air game, and you read that they're going to be going for that jump fireball, the jump in that you get is insanity. We saw it the last time Pokey was here. I cannot remember what player it was that got the read on them, that took advantage of it, but every single time they went to the sky, it was a full jump in damage. Was it Brian F? I'm gonna have to check the VODs later, but it was brutal.
Yeah, I'm not totally sure. I don't think I was there. Oh my god! Punk was so ready the second Pokey assumed the stance. It was like, oh, you're shooting? Okay. Immediately zip lines right over. First game on the board here for Punk. And in part, it's the reads on that air game like you were speaking to, but that is very telling of the fact that Punk just understands what tools Karin has to answer what options out of Falke. And it's like, no, you can't even just, you can't just go prone and start shooting. I have answers if I have bar. And I'm also prepared to bring them out. There's no experimentation. I am just ready.
Yeah, like Punk, that's what they're known for. They will punish you. And they went down the keys. Like, they pianoed everything. Each of them just, seeing what the normals do. And now we find ourselves in this P1 corner again. Activate. No corpse hop that time. Stays in the front, but oh, man. Oh, Punk with a rare drop there. Unfortunate.
You can see Pokey is trying to play, I was about to say trying to play a hair slower, but then just whipped a standing Pierce in Punk's face and managed to kind of get away with it. A little bit of gray life piling up here for Punk. You can see that Pokey is really trying to fish here. I love to pick on that anti-air. Trying to play it a little bit more methodical, taking a slightly farther out range, but that's one of the things about Falke and about Pokey specifically, is the second they start to feel like they're going to represent this wider range, suddenly they actually let that jump in finish, and you get smoked.
And that's just another level, another layer to the mind game that you have to figure out as the opponent. And Punk's off to a great start here. Takes him to the corner, but Pokey already showcasing the EXDP, but it's not enough. Punk will not be deterred. They will not be thrown away. They will chase you to this corner again. Now that was a bit of a reset. They went for the stun.
Okay. activation. I imagine we're going to go for side swap again. We do. Goomba Stomp stays same side. Makes the anti-air whiff, but not going to get a whole lot out of it. In fact, Punk is going to be able to make this happen off of the shimmy, and Punk is on set point.
Bit of a falling apart there from Pokey, unfortunately. But Punk had the punish. Punk now comes into this final round potentially with CA available. Fully loaded to the gills, and let's see what they can get out of it. Oh, Pokey off to a better start, though.
No, but so here's the thing, right? The fact that Punk was ready to represent that standing strong confirm, Punk seems very confident in the hit confirms and where to stand to punish Pokey for how they have to play this game. This resource advantage is huge. There's going to be, at any point, a CA activation. Oh, had to spend the EX on the run in here, but this is such a healthy life lead and such strong screen position. Punk,
it's going to take a lot.
That reversal, I think Punk is going to be hard-pressed to lose this round.
It all starts here. I like the V reversal. Karin doesn't need the activation point. That's tricky. I would also not have guessed that that interaction went that way, but you were throwing out big limbs against a player known for punishing them.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said earlier, right? In game one, Pokey was whiffing like a standing fierce and stuff in Punk's face, and like to really shut down the pokes until you get to walk in and then run that range of 0 game where hopefully you can try to bulldoze over him. One of the things that Deznere seems historically pretty good at is chasing down V shifts and moves like that. So even V reversals and backflips out of Metro are probably going to be things that Deznere is going to be pretty comfortable trying to find an answer to.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how you run that, because it's just another layer of like your own mental stack that you have to worry about, and Metro is so good at adding to his opponent's mental stack by adjusting, you know, what they're coming at you with, whether it's those cheeky overheads that they love to do, the patented Vega slides, throwing some command grabs in there out of nowhere. Like, there's just so many things you got to pay attention to. But right now, we got the old man coming through. Good damage. Needs one more. Doesn't need one more. I didn't think that throw was gonna kill.
Yeah, that round got away from Metro comparatively quick, and I love that. I hadn't considered the fact that, you know, old Zeku, Graham obviously means they can compete from a farther range, but that crouching strong reaches so far and is actually a fairly effective poke at trying to keep Metro M at bay. And the alternation between that and buffering off of standing short is doing a great job. Even standing medium kick as Metro tries to aggressively take some space.
And it's interesting watching them two fight out in this neutral position. Until that happens, of course. But I want to see where that V-trigger activation comes in from Metro, right? Because we've seen them use it as a combo extender, just like that. We've seen them use it to punish fireballs. The CA should be enough to close out this round. Didn't need to take the mask off. Kept it on for our sake. Still closed out the round, though.
Final round.
Right, one round apiece. Just like, the one thing that I'm not super thrilled about out of Deznere is how much he seems like he's fishing in neutral. Like, a lot of standing strong buffer, like that standing strong at round start is, you know, really representative of, it's not necessarily that there's a read on how Metro is playing, but it's just about putting stuff in the way of Metro getting to play. And it seems like Metro's sort of gotten a read on that a little bit. Okay, we do get the side swap.
Takes him to the corner. Doesn't spend any of that meter for an extra slide afterwards this time. But they've somehow trapped themselves. Fights their way out with that EX shoulder. Side swap one more time. Brace the claw, but Metro, not perturbed, has the trigger.
Yep. Rose
You're dead.
Dash in EX command grab. Goodbye. Everybody falls for it once. And I levied the critique against Deznere about how much he was fishing for that whole game, only to get smoked out in a spot where they were finally dissuaded from pressing and trying to control the space in front of them aggressively. Smoked by the dash in.
Dash in, EX command grab, brutal. But like you said, everybody gets hit by it at least once. You know, that's what it's there for.
Ooh,
okay. Tricky stuff coming in. Oh, gets the big connection that time. Takes him to the corner. P1 in position here for Deznere. Oh, but they lost all the challenges.
Oh, no.
And why are you sliding against a Vega player? They know what that does.
I think they just believed. And that's what I mean, right? You can see that Deznere is... Does old Zeku have the tools to compete? Sure. But the way that Deznere is using those tools is just so frivolous, is the word that I'm going to use. And we're starting to cycle in. Okay, I love that activation. We're going to get the side swap, steal the corner position.
Gets the knockdown too, breaks the claw off. Mask gone as well. So 10% damage boost and 10% damage taken now. But that almost puts Deznere in like one-shot range, honestly. If, you know, Metro can build up the rest of this meter and gets that CA, it is scary for Deznere. Deznere just giving
Deznere,
up.
Yeah, he can afford to play slower here. 30 seconds left on the clock with the life lead. Metro has now cornered them. Oh, no, didn't corner themselves. Sorry.
Yeah, why didn't it?
I think this was the air one.
I don't know. But right at the end there, no claw means you don't have that insane reach advantage. So Deznere stays stalwart, closes out the round that they know they can do. Just got to do it again. Just got to stay in the game.
And we're back to that sort of frivolous neutral if they're both really fishing. Metro having to use these longer range pokes to try to catch out Deznere with some bad timing. I do like that Deznere is starting to use more heavy Graham and, you know, playing it more of a sort of fireball-y game rather than the amount of fishing we saw with light and medium Graham.
Alright. They've still found themselves in the P1 corner, though. And... okay. Doesn't sideswap again. The V reversal actually breaks the claw off.
Huge. We didn't have the answer. I don't know what side that landed on. Neither did anybody else, but Metro M closes it out and is going to be on set point now to try to round out the winner side of our top 8.
Man, that was confusing. It said cross up on the screen, Brad. I just watched the replay. So yeah, but visually it looked front side. Shenanigans the whole way through. But again, Deznere just gives up so much space. They've down-backed their way to the P1 corner yet again, and they find themselves on the defensive, just letting Metro chip away at this life bar. Gray health, red health, all of it just falling away from the life of Deznere.
And now, okay, nice pick on the low poke there. Deznere gets the corner position, spends a little bit of meter, spends a lot of meter to try to really press the issue. But another thing that keeps happening in the set is Metro M is doing a great job of finding these like standing short checks that are spinning the set back into their favor, and just like that has walked them all the way to that B-side corner, which Deznere just immediately claims for himself. Yeah, manifested his destiny all the way to the other side of the screen.
Look at this life advantage on a hair with no meter to his name. Meanwhile, Metro has potential for CA chip and trigger activation. If Dez throws out too big of a button.
Goodbye. Pins and needles, nice to know you. Deznere.
None, of course. But either way, speaking of names, we've got a character swap. The Karin is dead. Long live Knife Cody.
We are sure it was Knife Cody, right? I mean, I don't know what else Punk would pick.
Yeah. I lost my mouse for a second. We're back.
This matchup is dog shit.
It doesn't seem like it would be great, I'm going to be honest with you. But Punk believes. He's got his pink pants on. Feeling good, feeling hot. Goes for the trade. Tried to pick it up afterwards as well, but a little light.
Yeah, oh my god, he is fishing with that standing medium kick right now. Going for MK Ruffian. You can see, wow, Punk is like, fishing is definitely the word that I would use to describe him right now. Man showed up with the tackle box and everything to try to make this happen. On the back foot now, slowly but surely, but EX Zonk is the greatest of equalizers.
Yeah, and here we go again. Takes the pressure, gets the throw, activation station. Now we got frames everywhere for Punk. Even throws the knife.
Ooh.
Grimy.
Hitting hit stand short at exactly the right spot to catch out Art. I don't know if Art tried to throw tech in expectation of a throw, or if he tried to hit a button to control the space in front of him, but either way, the standing short worked. Oh my god, negative on hit.
Oh, but we don't care about frames anymore. Gets the stun. Shouldn't be able to kill, but it'll be mighty close. It'll be definitely guess for game. Guessed wrong.
I mean, it happens. First game on the board for Punk. We did update the lobby to 3 out of 5, right?
No, we didn't.
I was gonna say, good question.
Well, hey, that's game 1 in this first
let the players know it's first to 3. They should know, but let them know.
It doesn't hurt.
Know.
It doesn't hurt to send a reminder in chat. Wait, what happened?
Okay, going for the jump in. Punk trying to press the issue is in range. You can see, I love Art's willingness to just be like, yeah, you know what? If you're not in throw range, I don't have to worry about anything. He's not hitting buttons once Punk is in that spot to really start relying on steady strike. Jesus, that overhead.
Oh, that was a really poor activation, and it actually just didn't work at all. Crime sways the V reversal. Oh, you're done. You're tapped out. Goodbye. Good night. See you tomorrow. Oh no.
I mean, Crime Sway is just, if you have those callouts and you know how to integrate that lead into your game plan, Crime Sway has such a high skill ceiling.
Yeah.
And players like Punk are definitely players who are capable of, you know, really making that tool shine.
It always looks good. Like, we get hype when Luke does suppressor, and it works. What was that? Hello? Are you dead? Oh, didn't build the CA. Okay. I was like, hello? But I thought he was going to crime sway again. I was so scared for Art, but gets the side swap.
Medium kick was so extraordinarily low. Absolutely crazy. Goodbye, MK Ruffian.
Oh no! Too far!
It's not gonna connect.
But he just what? Why are you pushing a button there, Punk? It worked, but what were you? Is he psychic? Does he have the crystal ball next to him? How could he have known the teleport was gonna be right there?
You know how? Because Art will always teleport behind that fireball. It's about you establish that left right, or you can. It was never gonna be a cross up. But you know, you do that teleport, you have a limb, and then the fireball keeps you safe, and you get a mix-up. So Punk knows to watch for that, especially when the fireball comes out. It's like, yeah, there's probably a teleport coming behind this, because what else are you going to do behind an EX fireball? So the second he saw it, hit the button and go.
Insanity. I'm still just baffled. That's crazy. That puts Punk up 2-0 over Art here in our first top 8 match of tonight. And I think he might just 3-0 it. I think if he keeps playing at this tempo, the sim just isn't working. And I know Bunch said it, and I think chat said it, that this is a not fun matchup for Cody, but Punk is making it look kind of free.
Yeah, I think part of it has been just that Punk is, you know, seems really confident with how to counter poke. The pressure game is obviously really good. I mean, Punk's strike throw is among the best in the business. And Punk uses the plus frames built into Cody's kit super effectively and has just good enough of a walk speed and the ability to use zones in these different ranges. And I think one of the difficulties as well is, you know, Art doesn't seem like he can zone as effectively as you might want because Punk is so relentlessly just moving forward.
And even there, like, you saw the V reversal immediately onto the activation of Art, and it got like a normal's worth of gray life out of it. The entire bar was spent, and Punk just didn't really care. And so now he finds himself again in control. The drill, 2 negative on hit. The back throw buys Art some space. Whole screen behind him that he can walk back on. All right, V reversal coming in. Look at that gray life. One hit'll do it. Maybe 3 hits, I guess. Oh, but the throw!
Who finds the throw?
Those were so far away, it felt like. I'm watching it back because that felt like way longer than a throw's reach.
I mean, Punk is so good at earning that extra bit of space.
I missed it on the replay, but it doesn't matter. I'll watch it on the YouTube bot tomorrow.
That slight walk forward, right? That little micro walk.
Remember chat, !YouTube. But oh man, this is looking kind of dicey because the EX flame.
All right, slide under.
Oh.
But I mean, Punk is kind of okay with this, right? Because it
Yeah.
puts Art's back against the corner. That tendency to slide underneath.
When reaching. I mean, we're setting up for a CA at some point, right? Like, we got the corner control, life bars dwindling away.
I mean, every single one of those standing medium kicks is definitely buffering a CA in the back. You know that he doesn't care. MK Ruffian was a CA. All of this is a CA. In fact, how low life he has, this doesn't even matter.
Things were looking kind of tricky there for a second, but it was another one of those situations where Punk tried to view reversal the trigger immediately, but they were too close to the corner, so there actually wasn't any gap. So that entire time he's burning away and he easily halved his HP bar, which gave Art the advantage they needed there. But now you got to do it again and again and again and again because Punk is still on set point.
Okay, really fishing with that low forward, has to burn that V reversal. I like that Punk seems like he's a little bit more willing to force the V gauge out of Art. Nice confirm on the spinning medium kick. Pokey delay rise out of Art. Probably just wanted to reset some time, burn a little bit.
All right, gets the side swap in there too, spending all this meter. Finally gonna get a good activation point. And look at that gray life. It is meaty.
Yeah.
Oh, good block. Oh, but you're in danger.
That's gonna get the wall bounce too. We don't have enough behind it, but we get one mix up for it. Shimmy, no bite, low short, or
EX.
low jab, but all of that gray life is gone from Punk. Okay, from downtown.
I was expecting the EX to come out of Punk at any second to turn that around, but Art beat him to the punch quite literally and stays alive. Staves off loser's side for a little bit longer. And, you know, Punk could theoretically change character at this point. They lost a game. They don't have to stick with the Cody. I don't think they will.
I mean, yeah, we don't usually see... I feel like Punk doesn't, especially in online tournaments, Punk doesn't usually switch characters during the set. Maybe if there's a set loss, like a Grand Finals reset, maybe he'll switch then. But he tends to ride out the set with the character that he goes into it with, in my experience.
All right. Oh, we got slides. Immediate activation as well. That's been the adjustment so far from Art, is that they're going for these activations off of hit versus just trying to get the gray life out of him. And it's saving the trigger for Punk to be able to V reversal at other points of the sequence, but they're at least forced to eat a little bit of the burn.
Ooh. That V-shift made for such a huge punish, but Art has the TK Gale, and it blows up Punk for trying to make that strike throw happen. Punk is starting to integrate a little bit more throw into that strike throw because the shimmies haven't been working, and Art is already representing that other layer to it.
Oh, that drill, though, left enough frame advantage there for Art to keep the combo going. Oh, you got anviled. You are in bad shape right now, Punk. Gets the activation point, and now we're coming through. Forward throw on top of everything else. Punk walking him down to the corner. That was an interesting sequence. I don't know what Punk was trying to get a read on there, but now they're going to burn for a little bit. And that might not be enough, actually.
Okay. Wow. Art's really swinging this one back around, and here becomes the question. Like I said, very commonly, Punk tends to ride it out with the character that he picks.
And it makes sense, right? You don't want to be constantly swapping characters back and forth, even for a player like Punk who does so well on multiple characters. You know, it still takes a toll having to reset combos and routes and just frame data in and of itself. Like, all of these things you have to keep track of. Like, you don't want to be changing it up too much mid-sense.
Okay.
Now you get the Gale reversal? Yeah, the Gale reversal comes out. That is something that, you know, we weren't getting in the first couple games because Punk was saving it for the trigger. Now that that's been freed up, you can reversal these other sequences.
Right, you can see Art starting to press the issue, has this life lead, and over the span of the set, he's gotten more and more confident. But that big jump in is huge here for Punk. Now has Art in the corner, playing for activation.
Big.
How dare you try to V-reversal, hold this throw.
Yeah, the crime sway hasn't really been coming out since that first game, but we still have other options. Oh boy, that was Punk going for the diving knife too. It still got beat out by the hand.
Really trying to press the issue, but Art still has that life lead. Another thing that's working out a lot for Art here is recognizing some of these spots where Punk wants to walk back, finding that low forward life.
Chip.
Fairly even. Punk has the slightest of life leads. Not going to be able to read the teleport this time. Art timed the teleport a little bit later so the fireball would cover him more.
Actually, yeah, Chip wasn't an option. My bad, chat. We had the V reversal and the slide beats out the EX punch. Oh no. Set point for Art.
Punk sunk his whole life savings in on that. Now he has to wait and hope that that stock price goes to the moon. And I gotta tell you, it looks like it's going right now. But here comes the SEC to blow that stuff up. Art looking like he's resting business casual right now, keeping Punk away in the corner. Ooh, Mans is cooking.
Oh, the V shift.
What is that investment?
That was not great. That was some.
He doubled down on AMC.
Jesus.
Still some gray life. Yeah, I'm gonna take this metaphor all the way in. We're gonna see crouching jab. That dive kick does connect. I'm surprised that Art hasn't tried to find a side swap or a back throw. Activation meets V reversal, but
Not
so
enough
much
space.
more gray life.
Not enough space to get out of the fire, and all that health is just gone. And the Gale trade works out for Punk.
Oh,
Final round, final game.
no.
That was a GameStop trade.
And no, of course. There we go. You know, it is a rare day where Bunch Yes And's my stupid joke.
It's a rare day where he even understands your niche reference.
It was a triple entendre.
It's a quadruple bypass coming up soon, but either way, Gray Life is the name of the game again, and the fireball was still there.
Yeah,
Tough luck.
Yeah, Art has been changing the way he teleports around the fireball, specifically to invite Punk to be like, yeah, you think you can punish the teleport.
Look at this life lead. This is so dangerous. Oh, we got activations. How do you close it out if you're Punk? You're gonna have CA soon, but one more throw will do it. Activate. Oh, you got hit by the defension.
Oh!
Did he think he had reversal? He had to have thought he had reversal.
I don't know. I'm watching on the playback. I wonder is there a gap in there? And if so, yeah, what DBGen said, I imagine that he was churning CA.
It was counter hit. But that was, you know, Just a Kid got knocked out before the double jeopardy.
Sure.
Either way, that is a time of a distant past. Right now, Metro M versus Giyu, top 8 winners side. And Metro already draws first blood.
You can see, okay, even trying to utilize a little bit of the, you know, the V skill to try to, you know, represent from some even different ranges. And I love how passively Giyu is playing. It's like, all right, if you're gonna play super buttons heavy, that's fine. I'll back off a little bit. I'll jump in and get a knockdown. I'll get this V skill to try to punish you or set up a better opportunity for myself later. Exactly like that. Whiff punish with the V skill earns them the corner position. And now what a difference in the pace of this round already, all off of that V skill whiff punish.
Activation gets the restand, big damage incoming, drains all the remaining meter here, gets the CA because of it, does get the kill too!
My.
That was sick. Oh, the V-Trigger 2's goated. It's so good.
That literally all started off of, oh, hey, I'm going to charge this V skill. Maybe something will come of it later. And then with punishing Metro, getting the corner off of it and just smoking him.
Yo, that was meter positive too, because he ended that round.
Yeah, with even more meter.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's crazy.
like fractionally positive, but a combo that ends in a CA kill ending positive, that might be a little bit of an overlooked thing from Capcom, honestly. All right, activate. Gets the restand again, just sucking the meter dry.
Literal coast to coast. No wonder Giyu enters all the brackets at those combos.
So ready.
And then still finds time to do that anti-air for the off the wall.
And Metro gets so much out of that normally. A lot of players don't really have a tool or an answer that easily crushes, you know, the cross up there. But 2 for 2, Giyu's DP'd it.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that Giyu is definitely going to be watching for. And the pinwheel has such a wide horizontal hitbox that I think it's a pretty effective anti-air to use in that context because you don't worry as much.
Oh no! What?
What? Are you kidding me? No!
Delete the character.
Not.
We're done. We're done. Delete it.
Are you
Move
for real?
on. Give me a new game, Capcom. Bring me Street Fighter 6. The 16th
Light
is not
pinwheel.
soon enough.
Light pinwheel. Oh. Oh, you're still in the air? That's fine. Jesus Christ, Giyu.
I can't chat. I cannot do it with this character. I can't wait to see her in Street Fighter 6 more.
What's wild is, like, I still think that Street Fighter 6 is the best realization of her. At least in terms of, like, her design and everything. I don't know if it's going to be the strongest version of her, but she's, just the design and all of the elements coming together, I think it's the best version of her.
Yeah. I think this version's still pretty solid as well, as we get another restand. Metro has been getting crushed by this. I don't know if they're just swirling from the lack of meter that they've had access to, or if they're just... if Giyu's just annihilating them.
Is this another kill? Oh my god!
That's 3 CA kills.
3 for 3. And it's all been like, that's some real nice EX bar that you have there. Be a shame if somebody activated off of standing medium kick and then stole it to kill you on the next touch. Another element here that's actually super critical too is V-Trigger 2 is such a huge part of Giyu's gameplay, and Giyu is using a V-skill a shitload in this matchup, which is generating more V-gauge for them. Meanwhile, as I say all of that, Metro is going to be able to close this round out.
No!
Oh no.
Bring it back. I was going to say bring it back.
For a second, I believed.
All right. First blood again, but Metro's going to challenge with buttons. You know that.
Standing medium kick is such a big threat here. And combine it with, as I was about to say, the sweep, you could see, you know, Giyu does a lot of, like, dash back, earn V skill, and then dashing forward to claim the space. So you can see that Metro is trying to take the space when Giyu surrenders it, to be like, all right, well, at least I'll gradually push you to the corner. So Giyu is starting to cycle in other tools to, you know, challenge Metro M for moving forward. The mental stack, you talked about Metro M's utilization of the mental stack, but Giyu is doing so great with it now with just a couple of tools.
I'm calling it out.
No, it's one more touch.
Extra touch. All right, goes for the reset. Mask off. Oh.
No, the CA would not have killed off of V-trigger scaling. Absolutely not.
All right, Metro gets 1. Metro does sometimes take a little bit to adapt. I'll give him that. But gets that game, slowed everything down, wasn't giving Giyu the pace that they needed, and they're able to close it out. You know, they get 2 in a row, too. I think that is pretty crucial. It wasn't, you know, they won the first round, lost second, had to fight back in the third. Like, they won the 2 rounds they needed in a row. You know, that does give a little bit more momentum, I think.
I mean, one thing is, you know, Metro getting that just shy of a perfect is a big deal, right? It's rounds that happen like that. It's dope and it's a great momentum reset for Metro. But what I was gonna say is rounds that happen like that, it's almost hard to look at them in terms of the pace of the matchup because they're such a outlier in terms of how the matchup has gone. It's like, yeah, okay, most of the characters in this cast, if you make 3 or 4 consecutive good decisions, yeah, you'll get a perfect. A whole lot of characters in the cast are capable of it. It's whether the reads that led to that happening are represented across the rest of the set as indicative of you actually making matchup adjustments.
Oh, we got that cross under, mask off, spends a little bit of the meter to go to the corner. Good stuff coming in from Giyu, but oh, they could lose it all. One activation here from Metro. All done.
Yep. Gonna be able to close out that round. That's what, 3 straight rounds now?
Yep.
This is now at a point where it is a pretty drastic swing back into Metro's favor.
But if we look at our sample size, this is now Giyu's turn to win 3 in a row, right? Because he started it, got 3 in a row, then Metro got 3 in a row. Statistically, Giyu should now win 3 in a row.
I mean,
and you know what that cadence puts us on, Brad, right? That gives us a final game, final round scenario.
Well, let's see. I don't know, right? Statistics are weird. You could just as easily say that it's a 50-50 spread. You know, there's a whole lot of fallacies that could be at play here.
I love my 50-50.
am going to tell you. No, you don't. Don't lie to the people.
No, either it works or it doesn't. 50-50s. It's perfect.
Trying to press the issue. Trigger is gone for Giyu. And we've already seen, across these last couple of rounds, there's been far less of it. Metro is doing a far better job of finding that pocket, really going back. You even see the punishment on the startup of, standing roundhouse.
Oh, gets the DP.
That's still not going to work, though.
No, cannot give up.
Slide rolls out of the corner.
The whiff. Oh, the also whiff. Oh my god, these players are cracked. It's guess for game on either side. Oh, the activation doesn't work. Gets the side swap and goes for the cheeky overhead. No. But that wouldn't have killed, right? No. That's Juri.
Mask was off.
Mask off, and it's Juri. Oh, it might have killed. Ooh, it doesn't matter. Giyu, Insanity, gets the first out of potential 3 rounds in a row. I'm gonna ride that horse all the way through.
See. If it happens, I'm gonna be super mad. Because you just were making shit up. And if it actually plays out that way, I'm gonna be so disappointed.
Welcome to the universe, Brad. I reject your reality and substitute my own. We got the counter hits on both sides. Giyu gets the air to air. That is the Metro special. And Giyu stealing it away.
You can see even finding some difficulty, Metro's doing such a good job. It's the passivity out of Metro. It's like, all right, I don't need to be the aggressor. Being the aggressor was what was getting me smoked out. I can put just enough out that keeps you antsy, but I need to stop you from hitting buttons.
Oh, just barely keeping the CA at bay, but gets it, spends it, still alive. Which means that Giyu gets one more chance to close this out. As CA has 2 charges, didn't push the issue.
Right, we get out that fireball, charge the V skill. There is no trigger in the back, but Giyu could close. I think on the right hit into CA, Giyu can still close this out.
Wanted that crush counter. Fiending for it. That's it. You're dead. You're done. Giyu, a madman. 10 seconds left on the clock. Gets the KO. Out of here.
Wow. The wild part about that, I just watched it on the playback. That was dash in, low forward. The counter hit connected. Metro reacted to the dash in. What happened was before the dash in, Giyu walked back just enough. After the dash in, the low forward, low profiled underneath the standing strike.
Delete Juri? I don't have anything left for you, chat. I'm out of ideas. Another air to air goes Giyu's way. Metro shooketh. Metro is shaking.
Right, but you can see that we're still in this spot of posturing, right? You have to alternate between standing roundhouse and standing medium kick. Metro is doing a pretty effective job, but I love this alternation, opening up the strike throw game.
They're doing it. They're pressing buttons. There's no.
But that's fine. That's super favorable for Giyu right now. And I love that you identified their pressing buttons. Notice that Giyu stopped in that moment. It was like, I don't got to do anything. Metro is going to have to be the aggressor and wants to force the way out. Giyu is on set point.
Chat, let it be known, I was right about the pattern so far. I'm kind of hoping I'm wrong from here on out because I want you to close it out right now.
We're going to have to see jump in hits pretty high. Giyu has a slight life deficit, not going to be able to... Oh, I thought that they weren't going to be able to store that V-skill, but they did just manage to get it. Back up against the wall, so you're going to be looking for Giyu to try to represent that V-skill, get the side swap reposition.
Oh, that was
Wanted the back throw, we're not going to get it. But no, Metro gets a back throw of his own by mistake, and now is back up against the wall.
Yeah, and even gets thrown further with that combo. Nice throw tech, but how do you stay in? Can't. DP Central. Well, that works. Chat. It can't be like this.
Oh, counter hit, nothing behind it. That would have been huge. That into an ender would have put Giyu into a one-touch situation. What a shimmy!
You're still alive. Guess for game.
Damage behind it, but it's one more touch. Throw.
He did it!
The standing strong counter hit is going to connect. Giyu is going to close it out 3-1 and move on to the winners finals. What a set.
Already, right off the rip, we got the Seth coming in, P1 side here for DBGen, and he's looking to back up his Twitch chat, right? Like, this is a great start. If you can crush out OGYawn from the tournament,
yeah, that would be a pretty big swing. The counter hit connects. Perfect. Reminding me of Street Fighter 4 Seth with just a little bit less online Tony, but still nailing those perfects. That's some lore that a lot of people watching this probably don't even remember, but I know Bunch remembers, and I know a lot
You know, you know.
I knew he would be excited about that one, but we get the party started here. For OGYawn finds the command grab. I wonder what the Oki is gonna be. Wow, didn't get away with the dash in per se, but I think aren't you supposed to be? I think you might be -4 after that dash in. No, you must only be -2.
oh, you got clipped. Goodbye. Gets the stun.
Where did your stun go?
Guess for game.
It's actually guess for game because there was a reset baked into that. DBGen was like, oh wow, that stun scaling is unfortunate for my combo. Good thing I have a baked-in 50-50 reset on top of what I'm doing. That game ended so quick. I barely had time to acclimate to the fact that we were in another top 8 match. OGYawn, I'm gonna need you to acclimate to what DBGen is bringing to the table right now. Seth has wax paper health, and Laura has firecracker damage. I'm gonna need you to do something about that equation here.
Do something, he says. He's like, this isn't the Yawn I know. Where's the damage? Where's the mix? Give it to me. And we're getting a little bit of it. The sweat's coming out. The stun's right there. There it is. Goodbye.
Yep, max meter builds. Round on the board. That might just be the pace of this matchup, frankly. Both of these characters are more than capable of just bulldozing over you. Laura, I think, a little bit more than
That has 900
low
HP.
forward.
The 900 HP, that gives me pause, because
The stun!
That lightning quick. What is Laura's stun? She's got 1,000 stun.
Yeah.
Yo, Seth
Oh! Axe kick. Goodbye, thunderclap.
My-
Okay. Your entire life might be forfeit.
My overhead light just started flickering pink. That was...
Why? Yawn! Stop with this cheeky jump reset nonsense. That is the second time you've done it, and the second time that your opponent has just, like, done whatever the hell they wanted at.
Listen.
Granted, I think there was an execution mistake after the V-shift, so I'm sure that wasn't what Yawn wanted, but, like, you don't need to.
He's playing video games,
She's got
Brad.
stupid shit already.
He's playing video games. He's having fun.
I'm just saying, if you want to do that shit, boot up Street Fighter 4, pick Sakura.
That's all right. Fair. We got DPs out of the corner. Spends one of the 3 bars. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Crushed.
Oh, you thought.
What are you pushing
Second
there?
game on the board. That was a V shift.
Oh, okay.
I'm watching on the playback. Yeah,
That
the
makes
V
sense.
shift got smoked.
I saw like a lot of colors on my screen, and I heard the crush
Yeah.
counter sound.
Yeah. Yeah, well, one of those colors was blue, at which point that was immediately what OGYawn's face was looking like. He's going to have a blue Christmas if this is how this matchup is looking to go.
Round one.
It is looking mighty nice out here for those Seth enjoyers in the chat. Axe kick go a little bit far, but it's okay. Maybe. That stun bar's looking kind of gross, but the V-shift actually going to work out here for DBGen. Oh, that was kind of tight. Oh, you were
Okay.
reaching for the activation, literally. Gets the DP.
Back up against the wall, and you can see that DBGen really wants to keep this going.
EX clap,
When
just
is
trying to buy
activation
space. I think YON wants a V reversal. I don't think they want an activation, honestly.
No, like absolutely not. It's only ever going to be V-trigger, but we were a little bit too close when the clap connected. Is there going to be a reset? No, we're not even going to need the reset. Do we need to spend a bar? We don't even need to spend a bar?
Wrap it up, chat. I'm done. I'm done watching this set. I'm mentally moving on. You're getting scooped by clap. DBGen is looking really good in the Laura matchup. They clearly have a lot of experience here. Oh, wait, that was a little
There's
reachy.
also an element to which I think YON is playing just a little bit loose in a way that I don't necessarily like out of Laura.
Oh god. That's a lot of damage. Oh, that was so
cross
deep.
cut.
So deep too. EX clap, just trying to buy some space. If DBGen gets 2 touches. Okay, I was gonna say, never mind. I'm not even gonna bring it up because they might be done in a second. They went for the meaty.
Yeah, meaty stand fierce crush counter works out. OGYawn desperately needed that round.
Literally, that was their tournament life on the line. DBGen had time to recover a DP there. Oh boy, Seth was kind of cracked. Oh, we just got run up jab. Hold that. Look at DBGen's meters though. Like this is scary.
Well, I talked about loose, right? It's that same thing. There's been a lot of these V dashes out of OGYawn. The problem is the V dash is very commonly negative unless it's on hit. Raw
Or
activation.
Or triggered. I mean, right? Because the trigger adds in that extra layer of the V dash, V shift, V meter, V. Oh, this is party, Brad.
Oh,
Not a lot.
in
Not
the
dead.
reset.
Trade.
Okay.
YON somehow staying alive, finding victory in the jaws of defeat there. Man, Capcom put some wild costumes in this game.
Laura is an interesting example.
Round one.
Man, who's the Laura of Street Fighter 6? Never mind, that's not a conversation for mid-tournament. Crush counter coming in there for OGYawn. Gonna be able to get this P1 corner mighty fast. DBGen has to find a way out. You cannot stay here against Laura.
Uh-oh. Oh, that was a cross-up. You weren't ready for it. Why you reach and OGYawn should be able to close out this round. Absolutely. Had damage to spare.
Yeah, Laura's stun damage is top of the charts. It is crazy.
Yeah, if Laura stuns you at the corner, you're probably dead.
Yeah, I would say like 90% of the scenarios, yeah.
Okay,
And-
and dab into the EX elbow. Oh, low short. Okay, so OGYawn is throwing in a lot more command grab resets in the middle of the sequences to try to
Oh no.
open up. Oh, nice.
Oh,
Making the JoJo punches whiff. We're not going to get anything off of the V-skill overhead.
Oh, but we got bust
Good
out.
bust out.
Oh, but you're jumping.
Oh,
That was
what?
awkward. Oh, and you just got hit
That
raw.
was-
Oh, the V-shift.
That was
though.
the IDOM problem. Did you just see that? The standing strong anti-air actually went the wrong direction. That's what lost IDOM Evo.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
And it's true. That is what lost Evo, and it lost me $5. Fuck New York. Tournament point. Not tournament point. Set point here for DBGen.
That was a bold thing to say. in top 8 of an East Coast Street Fighter 5 tournament.
Come on, how many New Yorkers are really in the bracket right now? We only got like 5. It's okay.
Okay, nice standing strong connect.
I want it to be known,
Okay.
chat. Brad did not believe in IDOM winning Evo. So who's the real
Why would
villain
you-
here?
I mean, first of all,
Who's the real villain?
Second of all, this was months ago. Why put that shit on me? Third of all, talk about the match. OGYawn is pushing DBGen back into the corner. Activation.
Oh, no,
comes
you
out.
can't be reversal
No,
that.
you can't do that there.
Yawn maybe showing a little bit of infamiliarity here with the Seth pick, but has such a life lead. I think they're still feeling pretty comfortable.
Yeah, this isn't a bad spot to be in. Okay, no confirm off the low forward. But
EX.
you can see that Yawn is in this
One
sort of, all right, I can play a footsie game at this point.
Yawn can just go for the EX command grab here, and it'll be more than enough damage. And
Don't
he's
ever do that.
listen,
In
Yawn
this matchup,
will do it to you. I don't.
he might, but like, please don't.
He's probably listening to the stream, and he's like, you know what? Bet.
Oh no! I hate everything! No! God damn it!
Hi, YouTube.
Hi, Twitter.
I hate everything!
I am so smart.
Hey, Doctor's real.
I'm a literal genius. Oh my god. Hire me for
God.
everything.
God damn it!
Oh. That was awesome. And we're in game 5, chat. What's up?
I said the young clairvoyance.
Yawn has somehow brought this all the way back. I thought the clap was gonna hit, honestly, during that reversal. But oh, it's looking good for Yawn. Not good enough though.
What the hell was that? Yawn dashed in EX elbow on DBGen's wake up.
That's the mood we're in tonight, Brad. That's just how it's gonna be. Throw tech. Gets the early axe kick though. We're reaching. They both went for it. They both tried to reach out and touch somebody. Set point again for DBGen.
I mean, I feel like DBGen has been sitting on set point so many times. It's not mattered all that much.
And I respect them going for the ankle pick because it obviously beats out clap, but you just lost this entire round off of one ankle grab, right? Like, they went for it. It was on block. We saw that starter sequence coming from Yawn. They got the hard knockdown, and then it's just Party City after that.
True final round here. This has been, I think, I'm going to go on a limb and say this is probably going to be the most explosive match of the night. And if it's not, then I'm going to need somebody to call my cardiologist or something, because I'm not going to be prepared for the amount of shit that we're in for. If this is only the start of things to come, finding the back throw to steal this corner position off of the V-trigger activation.
Oh, so high. That axe kick was from space, Brad, and it's guess for game. Honestly, Yawn could close it out off of nice hit. I feel like DBGen could too, because that's just the type of night we're having. But they probably need 2 touches, honestly.
Yeah, it's likely 2 out of DBGen. It might be 2 out of Yawn as well, because you very rarely see CA out of Laura. But now that I've said that, it's probably going to be like something into CA to close this out.
Heavy kick crush, just raw.
Oh.
Yawn, turn the stream off. Stop listening. The reversal to take quarter control.
This is huge, but we do have activation still on Yawn's side.
We also have CA.
Absolutely massive.
Oh.
Great life. Oh, it's set the dash forward off of the crouch fears. Particularly often since they've come back. It's been a lot more. There's the Cammy. See, Doc, I know things
Hey,
too.
Brad got one. Congrats, Brad. Good job.
Let's put a commentators know things supercut. And it's just those 2. One of them is way less impressive.
It'll be perfect on our YouTube short. I'll put yours first, and then I'll do mine, and it'll be the guest she doesn't tell you about. Anyway, we got Metro M versus NuckleDu, Vega versus Cammy, and this is certainly a matchup we almost never see, right? Cammy has completely fallen out of favor. Du and Dhalsim actually the only people I have seen play this character.
There's definitely people who still
months.
play her. I think the problem is the amount of health she has, combined with the fact that I think there are other characters that do the type of game that she plays a little bit more effectively. You know, the dive kick and its impact on the mental stack versus how sticky she is. Like, it's a big deal, but there's other characters that can sort of do that just as well and be a little bit more stable in the process. But she's still one of the best in the game when it comes to pockets like this, where once she starts to run her game, you just get absolutely bulldozed over.
Yep.
Not dissimilar to that. First round on the board for NuckleDu.
Bit of a crushing round there, but again, Metro sometimes takes a little bit of time to adapt. We already seen it tonight. We saw it earlier. It almost worked out for them right before they found themselves in the position they're in now, but they can do it. And, you know, NuckleDu is still relatively new in the comeback, right? Metro's been playing in this online world since 2020. Like, trust me, chat, we have the footage. It exists. So they, you know, might have a little bit more, or Du might have a little bit more rust to shake off.
Final round.
And there it is. Just able to tie it back up. Got the stun. Does the damage. Does the thing.
Ooh. You can see Metro M is really trying to fish for. That's one of the things, and one of the reasons why you would take Cammy into this matchup, right? Claw doesn't have the strongest of anti-airs, so you can see that Metro M is already trying to air to air.
That only
that trade sucks.
Yeah, that was... I've seen DJT make some better trades than that one. That is... It's tough out here, folks. The economy, not good. Can't trade roses for boots anymore. Oh, and that slide. This has been the worst trade deal in the history of trade deals.
Ever V-trigger activation, we are going to finish out. Oh, if we... I guess you probably don't really get to spend the bar there, but that's fine. We close it out. First game on the board. And yeah, this is exactly what I expected out of this matchup. It's why NuckleDu has a character like this in his roster. It's to be able to look at these matchups and be like, oh, your anti-airs are like not great, and I can just overwhelm you with it and then run over you. I can just bulldoze you.
Yeah.
Snowplow like a snowstorm in New England sounds good.
And
That's what
I
we're
had the
gonna do.
same initial thought about the meter that you did. I was like, it's a little greedy, especially for the final round, but I also agree with your sentiment afterwards, where you probably just can't do it. But you know what? You won the game. Move on. Take it into the next one. Another trade. That one I would say goes Metro's way. That one, you know, he got a little bit of a gimme there.
Right. Starting to work their way out very slowly here as Metro. I'm intrigued. Okay, there it was. NuckleDu definitely wanted to spend the bar on the EX. Oh, air throw comes out. And now, off of an unfortunate choice, NuckleDu actually ends up cornered. Metro still has that corner position. Backdash makes the throw whiff. This is still doable. The trigger is gone now for NuckleDu, but if Cammy is in range 0, the game is not over.
Oh.
The health values
no.
no longer matter.
Reaching. Yeah. I respect it. Was going for yet another throw attempt. And Metro kind of called him on it and had the trigger available at the very end to really back it up for the kill count. But you're right. If, you know, you're touching distance from Cammy, you have to be careful. And I feel like her trigger, you know, it's a shade of its former self, honestly. And you can do without it, as we've seen do before. But it has its uses.
Cammy's V-trigger?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that her V-trigger was ever necessarily on its own. I don't know that it was ever, you know, the most impressive deal. I think the bigger thing was generic changes to V-trigger in general that affected damage scaling, made it less and less impactful. But it's still, I mean, it's still a 2-bar.
Oh, that was...
the V-tip gets chased down.
That was ridiculous. The V shift works that time, but I feel like the damage is done. And as I say that, Du brings it within a touch. And honestly, that's not how I expected the round to end.
Oh my god, I need to watch on the playback. I don't know if that was off the wall or if it was it was I never remember the name of the move.
It was off the wall.
Yeah, it wasn't Barcelona.
Your first instinct was correct, Bradley. And the timing on these EX dive kicks are going to frustrate Metro to no end for the entirety of this set because it doesn't have an answer, right? What is his biggest commitment option? It would probably be that upward slash, right? And I feel like you can't just be, you know, throwing that out willy-nilly.
No, certainly not. So you can see that Metro is playing much more passively. There's like a spot on the screen horizontally where they're just content to sit at. And it's a spot where those air-to-airs will blow up a dive kick or a jump spin. Oh, I thought that off the wall was just going to be to get out of the corner, but instead they actually chose to be a little bit more aggressive with it. Now Metro has slowly pushed NuckleDu into the corner.
Gives up the space for the most part, though. Spending a lot of time backing up. Side swap again coming in from NuckleDu, 2-1.
Oh,
But
30 seconds left, and NuckleDu has a life lead, and this is not a
Does
spot
he?
that Claw wants to be in. It is hard. Yeah, absolutely.
I think my screen's crooked. But that gray life will mean a lot. But unfortunately for Metro, he's just getting annihilated.
I think that's going to be the round. 12 seconds left.
No
This is a
CA.
tough situation for Metro. Finds the throw. Okay.
That-
Oh, no, it's too early.
The nerves coming in. Just don't get thrown in. All right, that one.
Delay rise. I love it out of NuckleDu. Tried for it again. If at first you don't succeed the second time either for the same problem. Do you want to know the definition of insanity?
Sure, Bradley. Tell me.
It's doing the same thing and expecting different results. That's not the textbook definition, but that's the thing that people like to say it is. Anyway, 2 games up here for NuckleDu.
It's the Fallout 3 definition. Not Fallout. Far Cry. That was the one I even had it in my brain and I said the wrong one. It's those damn bottle caps Dan Cravat was talking about. It is unfortunate. You're right, DBGen. It's unfortunate that it happened twice in the same round in the same split second. So 2-0 coming in here from NuckleDu, and that was that scenario that you were talking about that Metro got aggressive in. That time, it was just successful.
Now, having the life lead here this time for Metro is huge, right? So much of this matchup changes. The second one character versus the other has a life lead. If Claw has the life lead, Cammy needs to weather the storm. But Claw cannot do that as effectively. He's not a character that does that. Look at that neutral jump air to air. That is exactly why Metro has been standing in that spot and representing that tool as often as they have. The anti-air there is NuckleDu, though. The chase down on the V reversal back. Oh! Didn't find the anti-air that they wanted. Metro closes out a round.
Yeah, the air-to-airs that come in from Metro, I mentioned it earlier, there was the Metro Special, and, you know, coming in and showcasing it against a Cammy player is a really great showcase of that. Because it's, you know, so much of this game has been NuckleDu taking to the skies, going for these varying dive kicks or just regular jump-ins. Like, there's a lot of air mobility coming in, and for Metro to have that read and be able to punish with an air-to-air showcases a lot of skill in that aspect. Oh, but this is a skill of another name.
Yeah, this strike throw game is looking immaculate for NuckleDu. He does get the stun off of the throw. So with all of that scaling, it means they get to keep that bar going into what is potentially the final round, as this is set point for NuckleDu to... We can't call it a clean sweep because Metro got some rounds, but it's looking damn close.
Did Metro play the game? Did I not put that on the board?
No.
Oh, okay. Like, had a flicker thought, and I was like, wait a minute. But either way, I mean, this has been a strong showcase from NuckleDu coming in with this Cammy, you know, playing in the right range, you know, the right pocket of gameplay that we always like to talk about. And that time, you saw a dude did not want to play the guessing game. Just up-backed, pressed the button, tried to pull that hurt box as far away from Vega as possible.
Oh, that was a whiff dive kick that time. Activation off the crouching fierce. And that's a comparatively early activation, so we'll still get a fair bit of play out of our V gauge later here out of NuckleDu's Cammy. Oh, look how actively Metro is playing right now. There is still a slight life deficit here on the side of NuckleDu, but just like that, now that we're in the pocket, we're able to start playing. Oh my god, EX off the wall on Wake Up into Rose. So much damage.
That's a
this
lot.
is a hard life lead to navigate back from, but NuckleDu still has Trigger and CA in the back, so it's not impossible.
What?
No!
Okay, it missed. It missed.
Work.
All of it's done. End game round. We're heading to a game 3, 4, game 4.
Why? Don't say that.
I'm gonna say it.
The back strong didn't connect in the link. If that back strong had connected, this would be very different. V-shift back, 12 seconds left. I don't know if Du is gonna have the damage for it. You certainly won't if you eat a neutral jump medium kick. And yeah, just like that, we are going to game 4.
And I don't know why that CA missed. I'm heartbroken.
It goes like a set distance, so if you're right on top of them like that, it can whiff. I've seen that a couple of times.
Yeah, like I know logically why it happened, but I'm like, he did everything right and he was punished for it. But that's the way it is. You know, move on. Head into game 4 strongly as we get again the P1 corner in control by NuckleDu, but air to air. Metro continuing to fight.
These whiffed dive kicks out of NuckleDu, like I'm so curious. I would love to watch this back and tally the number of times NuckleDu loses out on positioning or gets straight up punished off of a whiffed dive kick.
That was another punish attempt that just a little late. Oh, that was so active. Mask off. Still has the claw though. It's on his hip.
Oh no, that dive kick hits a little bit too shallow and does get called out, but that trade works out and we are back on set point for NuckleDu. Looking a lot more stable that round, exactly what you expect to see, having to spend some life in order to get in, but ultimately making the better of all of the trades economically.
It's Metro has to slow it down again, right? Has to take advantage of these, you know, dive kick punishes you were just talking about. And, you know, there's certainly a content model there, or a content piece there, I should say. But take it, Bradley. Do the content. Be what you want to be. But Metro slowing it down quite perfectly, I would say. Gets the punish. Has trigger.
Yeah, you can see, okay, starting to cycle in a little bit more standing medium kick, a tool that we've seen a little bit less of NuckleDu as the set has gone on. Oh my god. Metro is really fishing with the skyhook right now.
Raw slide just works out, though, into the back throw.
Well, had the trigger in the back, so on block it would have been kept safe by Rose, but
True.
do it on hit.
Oh,
What are you dashing for?
still alive, but not by much. Guess for game, guess for set. Great back dash.
Plus frames off of it. That throw is going to do it. NuckleDu is going to close that out and moves on to the losers semifinals. It looks as though Punk did take it over OGYawn off stream. I am definitely going to ask them who they played. I had wondered, yeah, it was going to be Float. Interesting. Yeah, with you probably don't want to try to use skill 2 into Juri, especially against Giyu, given that Giyu loves to use that skill 1 in order to punish you for making risky choices at full screen. So like, you try to throw a fireball, you're just gonna get smoked out by that skill 1 out of Juri. So just float, stay on top of the screen, add that little bit of verticality, and it also lets you play around standing medium kick a little bit more.
Just walks up overhead, just randomly. It's so funny. But I mean, yeah, the flow worked out great, you know, against Punk. Obviously, he came out ahead. That was wonky. I thought he was on the other side. But Art taking quite an advantageous lead here. And hello? Where's the invulnerability, game? It's actually probably only like the first 10 frames or so, right?
Okay.
Respect it.
You know what? I don't hate that, because you're gonna get to steal a little bit more bar with the rest of that V trigger, but also you're one touch away.
Oh
from
no!
Stun. Oh, was a little bit too hungry.
Now we got that trigger. Next hit will do it here for Art.
Oh! Thought. A little bit too far away. What a bait from Art. Giyu wasn't able to fully
Hate
charge
it.
it. I'm not completely, I don't even recall off the top of my head if it goes full screen in general. It might have just been spaced perfectly for Art there.
I thought it operated like Seth's, honestly, where it just automatically brings you to the other side. Or Bison's. No, Seth does the same thing.
No, Dictator V-Skill 2 does, but that's a teleport.
Yeah, but I thought, in essence, it was just like a visible teleport effect. You know what I mean? Not like...
No,
you
I
could
think it goes a fixed distance, but depending on how long you've charged it, it can go...
further.
I don't remember if the distance changes when you charge it. I just know a full charge gives you a stock of it.
Right, these are the clips people use to flame us, because we don't know the answer.
I'm not gonna lie to the people and make some shit up. I am gonna say that I know for a fact that Art took that first game, and it was looking a little bit difficult for Giyu. Very V-skill heavy, but Art is just hard to pin down, and adding that V-skill 1 here adds that extra element of, like I said, the verticality that makes the strong ground game out of Giyu just a little bit less impactful on the ultimate pace of the matchup.
Yeah, hard to use those strong grounded buttons when your opponent's just, 10 feet above your head chilling. And even there, like, tries to go for the jump in, but these slide unders are kind of another big aspect of it, because it's taking, yet again, that ground game away from Giyu, who, in these other matches we've seen them in here tonight, they'll go for these jump ins, get a hit on block, but then still be able to keep pressure going. And Art just says, no, I'm not having it.
Wow, Giyu actually tried to take a turn there, but even though they were away from the fireball, okay, we were loaded with another pinwheel. That's the second time tonight now that Giyu has gotten away with lifting a pinwheel and making something else happen.
Gets the knockdown with the pinwheel, though. Tries to meet with the projectile. We got throws. One touch. All it's going to take, but the counter hit. Art loves those. And look at this chase down. That was crazy.
I'm a little bit surprised by that. That opened with Art backdashing, which I figured the goal was to ensure that Giyu was pinned in the fire and try to make something happen, but I guess Art realized that he didn't want to have his back to the corner, so instead he played hella aggressive.
Double slide again. I feel like that's just so risky, but it's been the option now to close that gap. And, that time it worked out for Art, because then we saw Giyu go for that risky overhead that got punished, but it's a lot of slide. Went for the throw reset.
Oh, that fireball kept him safe for so long.
That fireball
He was having
was
a really hard time with contending with how Art is controlling the screen right now. Activation comes out from Giyu, but the activation is just in general not felt as impactful here.
It's been on block or raw most of the time. It hasn't been, these standing resets that we've come to really enjoy from Giyu. And even here, like, they get a crush counter, but, like, it just feels lame, effectively. Like, it's just not giving the same oomph that we were getting in these earlier sets. And it's just because Art cannot be pinned down right now. He's spending a lot of time airborne. Even these, like, TK Gales and TK Drills, like, they just interrupt that ground game even further.
Even a lot of these jab checks, right? Like, Giyu is using a lot of those spots to be like, all right, throw out the jab. If it connects, then, I'm going to press the issue. But it's not leading to as much damage. So a lot of these, minor interactions that Giyu is maybe getting the better of, they're not leading to anything. Oh, what a call.
So no punish. Yeah, no punish to the DP, but I don't care about those. Because what we saw directly before that was Art using those EX fireballs to set the tempo. And immediately after, they go for the float. And time perfectly Giyu jumping over the fireball and just punching him out of the sky. Literally twice in a row.
That minor spacing interaction there was absolutely crazy. And no, how dare you? You do not get to leave. I set this carpet up for you. You're going to stand on it. Nice standing short check out of Art. Up 2 games.
Things are looking really strong for Art, because even the highest highs of Giyu right now are looking pretty low, honestly. And we're not getting like V reversals on the carpet like we were seeing in the Punk matchup, and so it's letting Art just get so much of that free gray health damage that isn't being recovered. It's then being immediately lost by Giyu in some fashion.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons that we're not seeing those V reversals is because it's obviously such a big part of the style to really represent that V trigger too, and it gets activated. You know, every set as soon as they have it,
Yeah.
they're popping trigger.
And they get it very fast because they do use these V skills and the charge up and all that. So they do get it fairly fast. This is, they could get 2 this round depending on their V skill usage, but like here, what do you, like this is what like the Juri detractors have always pointed out about the V trigger too, is like if you activate and just start getting your you know, your butt kicked, like it doesn't do anything. Like you're back to full screen, you're on hit, like it really didn't amount to much, and you didn't get a, you know, a combo started because of it.
Even here, okay, finding the throw, Giyu is able to stabilize and close out that round. But I mean, if that had reset back to neutral, it was still going to be a really tough spot for Giyu to try to pull it back from. Oh,
Fishing.
wanted for an air-to-air there. Not going to get it.
That time respecting the fireball pressure, but the teleports are kind of messing with Giyu's head a little bit. Art's been getting a lot of mileage out of those. Too close. Tried to get the charge, but those limbs are long. All right. Takes the pressure forward.
Oh, there's the teleport. It was ready with the air-to-air that time, like I said earlier.
Oh, no.
Oh, wanted for the V reversal there. It's not going to connect. Mans is still cooking. Gets smoked out. The gray life is gone. There's even some more damage on the board. And
Yeah.
Art is just trying to close out the distance, keep you from being able to press forward. We do find that extra trigger, but like you said, it doesn't matter. It doesn't generate any threat if you're not on the back foot. And Art doesn't really care about the bar all that much.
No, I mean, they've done a lot of, you know, EX fireballs. I feel like we haven't seen that much EX, as I say it, I was going to say EX Gale, but like, the fireball has really been the big moneymaker this set here for Art, just buying so much space, forcing Giyu into uncomfortable positions that, you know, Art can then pretty easily punish. Like, there it is, force the jump in.
Okay, teleport even smoking the V skill, and it's
CA?
the teleport, it's the
nope.
air float. All of these tools make it so much harder. Giyu's style seems to crumble once they have to contend with verticality. That's gonna get smoked out. You're throwing right back into the flame carpet.
Crush counter, that could close it out. That's going to be a game on the board here for Giyu.
Yeah, nice. I was very ready when they were sitting in the carpet there to, you know, start to
doom it.
suggest that Art was going to be able to take that one, right? But, you know, Giyu was not frightened of the prospect of losing out on that gray life. Still had the resources in the back to be able to try to stabilize that one out.
It's looking rough. Giyu shows that they can do it. I mean, like you said, they have won this matchup before. Oh, you probably don't know if that was first to 2 or 3, though, now that I think about it, when you looked it up earlier. But
I mean, given that I do know.
oh, that's right, because you said it was top 8, so it would have been first to 3. But EX
I mean, at
Gale,
least for hours.
that's true. We do run the best show on Wednesdays. But gets the forward throw. Art looking a little uncomfortable now that pressure's being applied.
Right, that V skill, it's just, it doesn't amount to anything in this matchup, and it's such a shame because it continues to highlight the difficulties here. Oh, wasn't ready to follow up after that. I guess you probably don't get a whole lot on Crush Counter. And once again, the V reversal actually whips in that context.
Man, that carpet was so way not visually there, and yet it still ticked up a couple bits of gray health. Okay, I got a little scared. I like it a lot too. I just got a little scared because the animation looked like it might still be active there.
Right, backing off. Oh, use the V skill there as sort of a super quick command dash, forgetting that Art is the man with the high frames.
Oh, snipers.
The sniper, and it is back to set point for Art.
I will say that round looked a lot better for Giyu. They got a lot more things going for them. The V reversal scenario, I think it's just tough. I think there's not enough forward momentum on Juri's V reversal. Unlike, you know, we saw Cody's, which has ridiculous horizontal movement, but this is not a good look.
Yeah, this ain't the round. I don't know that we have the damage here. Oh, I might have lied. No, but it is going to be a reset. What a call out. Giyu wanted the bust out, but Art was ready. I understand exactly what you're churning. It's not going to matter. Art continues the streak. That one. Frankly, what I will say is, you know, I wonder if that percentage is skewed by, you know, less current statistics, right? They both have played this game for so long. There's definitely windows of time that are, you know, years back. And we're talking like season 2, season 3, where they probably would have played against one another, that I imagine are weighted on.
And that is if that particular set of statistics goes back that far, too, right? Like, who knows how many, you
Also
know,
valid.
how many data points have been lost to the you know, ever forward movement of time. But, you know, this is certainly a character that did not exist in the early days. We got G on screen versus Karin. I don't know if I believe in this pick. I think the Cammy should make an appearance.
Out of NuckleDu?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Maybe not into this matchup. I'm not necessarily sure. I think G does a fair bit of damage. Having these opportunities off confirms. Having, you know, standing medium kick is not a bad poke to represent here. Presidentiality is gone. It's been so hard all night, it seems, for Giyu to both get presidentiality and protect it. So instead, we are going to have to choose to go for the V-skill stores early, but then still just getting these knockdowns.
Yeah, I think this is another tough scenario for those presidential stacks too, right? Because we got, you know, throws coming in a lot. Lots of these sweeps for knockdown. We've already seen, you know, Punk go for that V reversal knockdown as well. Like, there's just so many ways to lose out on that presidential stack, but Du clutches up, gets the round win. That was a pretty dominant win, I would say. Lots of good reads there.
The number of crush counter sweeps that Punk is finding, like, what the hell is Du pressing, and why does he feel inspired to press it at that range? A nice early life lead here for Du, who did have the V-skill stocked in the back to preserve the presidentiality, managed to get it back with that TX, but the amount of resources that Du needs to invest just to keep the character alive compared to the pace that Punk has been able to play this matchup at is seeming so difficult. The trigger is gone for Punk, but it has almost equalized the health differential here.
And we've gotten a lot of presidentials coming in here. We have that upgraded fireball now, and you know, this is what I talked about way earlier. Those 2-part fireballs give so much space to do.
Managing to preserve and close out this first game. It was a little bit touch and go there, but I think once you find that pocket where you get the presidentiality up, you're protected, and you get into that cycle of just being able to keep your stuff loaded, that's where G really comes alive. And, you know, once NuckleDu found that cadence, it became that much harder for Punk to try to compete on the ground. And this with punish game that NuckleDu is representing has definitely been a big part of ensuring that they can try to keep it going. But if we're talking about a good ground game, Punk is forever going to be on the short list of some of the best ground games that there are.
There it is again, Brad. Crush counter sweep, activate, and look how fast the corner comes up. Just 2 quick dashes, and here we find ourselves. P1, back to the wall. That was rough. That was just enough of a wait, and it worked out. Oh, activate?
Uh-oh.
This is gonna hurt. Still alive, though. Oh,
One touch. Oh my god, the throw is just barely not enough. Has to back off.
Man grab?
But you've got all this presidentiality, just throw some fireballs. I wonder, is the fear that you think Punk is going to... Okay, the trade worked. I wonder if the fear was that Punk was going to, like, EX command dash and blow him up for it, but I am so surprised at how patient Du was there.
I think he knows that Punk can sometimes be that guy and just didn't want to risk it, right? Like,
I mean, that's fair.
Like,
and he won the round, so he knows better than me.
I will say, though, that Punk did say earlier they were playing on hitbox, so I don't know if they swapped input and are back on controller, but they were using a new input device. Or newer, I should say. Newer, I should say.
New to them.
newer to them. I honestly don't know how long they've been attempting the hitbox. I know that a lot of players picked it up somewhat recently, but all right, we're losing stacks. All gone.
All right, just like that, G's a lame duck. But
That's
you
it.
still have this pretty healthy life lead here.
The Rangers are working out quite well for Du, and that back throw will certainly do the damage needed.
All right, 2 games up for NuckleDu. Like I've said all night, right? I never really expect Punk to make a character switch during a set, at least not for online tournaments. Bracket reset happens, sure. Maybe a character change happens. There does seem to be a little bit of deliberation here. It's so hard to pick. Yeah, there's almost no sense in wondering about Punk, because at any given moment, Punk might just switch to a character you've never seen him play before, and then just turns out that that character is sick from them too. At this point, they just play the whole roster as long as they have a pink costume.
Which should be everybody, right? Technically.
Oh, went for the command grab. Bust out comes out from Punk.
Yeah, gets the activation too. Keeps the pressure forward. Knockdown. Du forced a backdash. Where's that V-trigger activation gonna come in? Right there.
Wants it on hit. Finds it on hit after
Oh.
sweep. Oh, the low in the buffer there. Fireball connects meaty, keeping the fireball to keep them safe on these EX lows. They've got Punk all the way back in the corner. Damn, that throw did chunks into the set point for NuckleDu.
That's Karin HP bar. It is not high, but Punk just walks up, presses a massive button, takes a huge chunk of life out of Du here. Du went for it again, a big button press, and got punished for it. I think he's still alive though. Guess for game. Yeah. Jab check challenge.
Okay, closed out for the perfect. Yeah, I wouldn't have wanted for Du to commit too many resources. Burn the trigger, see what you can make happen. But that was such a strong lead for Punk. It's going to be super difficult to try to make something happen, especially against a character that has a reversal, where you always need to be mindful of that. At any point, Punk could have just busted out the 1 bar and made some stuff happen. Already being the aggressor now in this round as well.
Yeah, we're seeing lots of these jab checks coming in from Du. Just trying to buy space. Gets the approach. Gets some stacks. Oh, but immediately knocked down. Thankfully, had that V skill
What's interesting
charge.
about this? So, what's been consistent is its presidentiality level, immediate fireball into V skill charge, which Punk answers with V reversal and nullifies it, but it forces them back to neutral. It doesn't lose Du any presidentiality, but does force a gauge of V bar out of Punk, so it's still economically pretty good for Du.
And yeah, there it is again. Same scenario. But it's like, I don't think Punk really has a choice in the matter. I think they are kind of forced to, get that knockdown and hopefully capitalize on it, because now, like, that knockdown comes through. Now we're downgraded fireballs, and Punk actually has a chance to get in until now.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. We've got the EX loaded in the back. That is a 3-0 for NuckleDu to close that out. And yeah, you say Punk doesn't have a choice, and like, on one hand,
I love you. If you gave some of your money to these players via direct contribution, I love you. Like, it's all equal love. I appreciate you, what you can give. Thank you. If you're just lurking, thank you. We'll do all the rest of that later.
loading in losers finals now. Giyu fresh off of that L against Art, back on the Juri as we would expect. NuckleDu bringing out the Cammy into this matchup now, wanting to play the G. I'm a little bit torn on this because, you know, we talked earlier about the difficulties that we've seen other Cammy players have into Giyu on the Juri. So I'm going to be really intrigued. But the fact that NuckleDu is already sort of favoring standing medium kick instead of low forward, it seems to already be mindful of like, yeah, okay, that's a strange interaction of pokes that I really don't want to be dealing with. V-trigger has been activated here for Giyu, but
I was muted.
Yeah, you were. I actually had to look over to the video call to see. I was like, did this man go away?
Nope. Just not paying attention to my own microphone. But that throw is going to be enough. Takes the round.
Round 2.
Check Discord. Doctor, you're muted. Thanks, Brad. Very helpful. Either way, though, look at this sequence. Look at this control. NuckleDu's going to push towards his P2 corner. Spends a little bit of meter and gets punished for it. Okay, counter hit.
Right, you can see that Giyu is slowly trying to press the issue. I wonder when the activation comes. But I love the way that NuckleDu is really just being the aggressor, forcing Giyu to be on the back foot this whole time. And the fact that NuckleDu seems to have this fantastic read of what he needs to do to elicit a response out of Giyu. We're seeing such fantastic setups for baits and then great whiff punishment to follow it up. It's just been spectacular.
What you realistically come to expect from these longer time players, right? They've put the work in, they've put the practice mode in. Like, they've seen this grid so much, it is probably burned into their eyes like an old CRT.
You remember when you sat down in front of a CRT that had been on for too long and you felt that static?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's
brutal.
the feeling I've been having watching this top 8. It's been electrifying. Crouching Fierce trying to start this poke game. Yeah, I brought it back around.
I just didn't know how you were gonna finish that, but all right. Oh, we got big activation into V skill charge, and it's at V skill 2.
Yeah, no sense in using skill 1, and he's already going to be up in your grill the whole time, so there's no sense to use skill 1. So instead you use skill 2 to try to use it in some of those opportunities where you can set up a meaty behind it and make something happen. But Du is just looking so strong, has the hit confirms off of the low forward, already stocked as well.
Yeah, Du is just not giving Giyu a chance. Like, there is no time to breathe. Even when you're spending this meter, Du's hopping up immediately, ready to push more buttons. Has that trigger available. 2 bars on deck. Probably wants an on-hit activation. That wasn't the one. That is it. That wasn't either.
I don't know. They're probably waiting for something particular, or maybe Du just doesn't care about trigger at all.
On block.
Activates on block on the Crouching Fierce.
That was a big swing, too. Didn't follow it up with anything. Steal away this meter. Keep the threat of CA at bay.
Ooh. Oh my god, going for the back strong anti-air and then finding the cross underneath. Oh, we reset back to neutral in a really bizarre way.
that was raw.
Oh, the dive kick. NuckleDu has not missed a dive kick so far this set. And what did I say earlier in some of the earlier matches that we saw from him where I had called out the amount of whiffed inputs on the TK dive kicks? Absolutely cleaned that up so far in this loser's final set. Up 2-0 over Giyu.
Dude's looking on fire. I hate to say I might have commentator cursed Giyu earlier in the night. I said the words, and now here we are on the potential spot of Giyu being eliminated from tonight's tournament. Sad to say. Sorry, chat.
My god, this is so oppressive. And what's extra wild about this is that even against Art, Giyu got to play. The problem against Art was that Giyu wasn't able to find a spot where Art was in one place long enough to play the game. What's happening here is NuckleDu is just absolutely steamroll. Finally getting a hit here to try to make something happen.
It's two ends of the pendulum, right? One of them's too slow, the other one's too fast. And Giyu hasn't shown that they can force the game into their tempo against everybody they've played here tonight. We've seen it a couple times. We saw it against Metro. You saw it, earlier in the day as well during Pools.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Oh. It's not enough. Oh, no.
Du, if you win this round...
Okay.
Okay, standing short. But Du seriously, I'm watching on the playback. Du seriously walked forward and whiff punished fireball charge with DP.
It's like that sometimes. All right, jab check. I like it. Giyu trying to buy some space.
Yeah, if you're able to start checking these dashes, it's going to make it that much harder for Du. But you see already cycling back. We've seen a little bit less of standing medium kick over the span of this matchup now. So Du is immediately cycling it back into the mental stack. Be like, all right, cool. You can't just check my dashes. I do have a poke to represent at this range.
And Du continues this dive kick supremacy. The throw tech keeps Giyu alive for a little bit longer, but that one, no way.
All right, set point. This is looking really dominant for NuckleDu. Gonna have to see if Giyu is able to stabilize this, but stabilize implies that they've had their hand on the wheel at all. Right now, Giyu is skidding, right? Hydroplaning across this loser's final set. So much standing medium kick.
Forward throw into the corner. Oh, and that dive kick just annihilates Giyu's chances. Gets the activation point though, but they're already stacked on meter. They were just looking to buy some space off of those frames.
Right? These standing medium kicks just pestering Giyu. And it's this spot where it's like, you always speak of Juri's standing medium kick, but Cammy's standing medium kick has been the big differentiator of the set. NuckleDu is going to close that out 3-0 in the losers finals and earn a great
6 sets.
It's Start GG. Yeah, it's using the Start GG API, as he says. So hey, jumping in to grands, we don't have to. The only tech we have to talk about now is whatever tech comes into play here between NuckleDu and Art. Art is on the winner side of this grand final set right now.
They do have that V-Skill 2 locked and loaded as well. So they already have a stun. I went to add a W, and they're securing one on screen.
Okay, the backdash there from NuckleDu to try to make sweet whip. Oh, so I'm a little bit surprised that NuckleDu wouldn't choose to play Cammy into this matchup.
They got time.
Because I feel like G is going to have a hard time finding the presidentiality, given that at any point Sim can just teleport and be on top of you, which is one of the things that Art was already doing. But now you've got the hit in the corner. Trigger has a little bit of time left. Oh, the V shift.
That was really good. That was really smart. Knew what Du was potentially looking for, where there was a command grab, regular throw. Backdash would have cleaned both of those up, but yeah, I think you're right on paper, Brad, in that it can be difficult to keep these stacks, but we saw a good example there of spending that meter for the bonus charge up there of the V skill. You know, Du used that a lot in the last time we saw the G, but I guess we just have to wait and see. I don't feel like this is as bad as, you know, what I brought up earlier with like Karin having so many ways to knock down, but maybe Dhalsim does have a lot of ways. He does slide a lot, actually. I don't know.
I guess there is something to be said that a fair bit of his stuff ends up ending in like flip text, depending on how he chooses to use it. But I guess using these skills. Oh god.
So dead. That was good damage. She's so cool.
You're lucky you said that in 2022. There's a period of time where that was a really dangerous opinion to have.
And you know what? There's a clip of me saying it back then too.
You've always been controversial and brave, Doctor. Finding the throw after the teleport there was NuckleDu.
Not true. I've been an Abigail hater since day one. I just stick to my convictions.
You have a gut read, and that's where you live and die.
First impressions mean everything.
You heard it here. When you meet Doctor, give the man a firm handshake, but not like that. You can't be whipping the hand.
No, don't handshake me. That's a 10-0 matchup, not in my favor. Let's stick to fist bumps. Do not stick your hand out at me. The V shift comes out. Reversal, there it is.
Oh no! Oh, the chase down wanted it, but the extra lingering airtime from the Yoga Gale. Wow. NuckleDu finds an awful lot of dash in low short, catching people unawares on G.
That's the
Or
that's
at least
the
he
tech.
has a lot tonight.
Dude's been getting a lot of correct reads, right? Like we talked about with the Cammy, lots of counter hits there against Giyu. We're seeing it with the G, where they're just getting these scoops from down low. And their command grab percentage, I don't think is great. That's the only thing that they haven't been super stellar on with the G. But
Yeah.
I would say that they've mostly gotten resources out, at least with, you know, V shifts. So I guess it's not a total failure.
That was the same situation, but it's like you said. It seems like in some of these spots, especially because Art is not going to want to use V reversal if he can avoid it, because he really wants that flame target for the Gray Light Equalizer. Wow, that was so much damage off that teleport. Really pressing the issue here is Art, who did get away with that extra V-Steel store there in these spots. It seems like there's little that NuckleDu can do in order to dissuade that so far. Trigger activation, but you have so little life left. This is going to be hard to make happen, especially if you're dead. Standing medium kick connects for Art, and a round is on the board.
We've seen this before, though. The slide starts coming out, opening a lot of doors for Art. But the bar space is like the highly contested area that we've been seeing here. That really combative pocket where it's not quite full screen, but like just short of it. That was crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't even see a button from Sim. He flipped back.
His dive kick had started when the crouching jab hit the extended hurt box immediately.
Tried it again. That jab check. Oh, Art wasn't ready. Art thought he was gonna hold it.
Big jump in. We wanted to fish for activation on hit. View reversal even to get out of the carpet. I actually really like that call out of NuckleDu.
Oh, but he jumps back into
no,
it.
backed off too far.
It's active forever. What actually
The fires don't just go out.
That's true. Although there's nothing in the grid to burn. So what's on fire? We got command grabs. Take him to the corner. Big damage. Didn't spend any bar either, crucially.
Oh!
That was sick.
He shift, the fireball keeps him safe. V reversal comes out of Art.
That was still meterless, too.
Oh,
That was so big brain from both of them! Using the projectile invulnerability to try and beat out that EX fireball, and Art just slid.
Look, I'm watching in the playback. Not only did Art slide, but that slide damn near rubber banded NuckleDu back down to the ground in order to connect. That seems like a move that should low crush, but in the timing, it didn't.
I want to see a hitbox viewer on the wheel kick actually now. You've put that thought in my brain, Bradley. But no, that was super smart from both of them. Like I said, they both had the right read, and Art just covered more options with theirs. But they've kicked off this round fast.
Yeah, Art just speed ran that presidentiality from all the way up to all the way down.
One button gaming coming in
That's
strong.
all we need.
Grabs the view reversal. Nice.
And it being a back throw is huge, stealing that corner position.
Stealing the
trigger.
turn.
Stealing a lot of things. Stealing half his life. Command grab connect. Is this going to be enough to kill? I think because it should end in stun. Yeah, we don't even have to spend a bar.
Yeah, definitely more than enough damage there, even with the potential scaling. So, gonna go ahead, take that round. And that's the dangers of this G matchup, right? Oh, he still gets the presidential charge there. That's a worthwhile trade, I'd say, actually.
Yeah.
The self-placed teleport. Oh,
he's been so hungry for that command grab.
and I understand, right? Like, even at the 0 stack level, he just gets so much out of it. Has the EX bar to keep these EX rush punches available. But, you know, Art's not going to do anything to, you know, super dissuade him. Because even that punish wasn't a lot. It was one air normal. That was it. The combo didn't link.
Yeah, the difficulty now is just, it's that pendulum swing of when Giyu has covered presidentiality versus when he doesn't. But this big jump in.
Oh, you're almost dead.
Oh, the jump trade is going to connect. A second game is on the board for NuckleDu.
G wins.
And we'll take trades. Especially against the Dhalsim, right? Like, that trade almost always is going to favor you just because of the health pools. But Art's fighting for it. Like, this is not easy for either of these players, in all honesty. Like, Art is starting these rounds off fairly strong. The real difficulty has been coming in when Du gets a back throw. Or just jumps over him, I guess?
Well, so it's, you know, the thing about the back throw, it's not just the back throw, right? It's the positional difference that happens, combined with the amount of damage that G has available to him, particularly once he has trigger. So it's this swing where Art has this huge amount of control until he doesn't, at which point it's this violent explosion of damage on him, exactly like that. Damn near equalized the health pools there, and I spent the whole V gauge on V reversals just to ensure that it's never really Art's turn, but still hungry for the command grab. Art does not miss an up back.
Art actually let him live for a second too, and then dude just was like, oh, okay, never mind, take this one, I'll see you next time. All right, we got again EX to spend, gets that V skill in there. That was a command grab too, Brad. He's just going for it. No fear.
But even that jump in is still favorable. It's the Street Fighter V dilemma, right? Like, you have to eat 4 or 5 anti-airs before your jump in cannot possibly justify the cost of doing it.
Especially with G, where you just explode health bars. Like, okay. That's one of those rare occasions that, you know, Du's been able to just go for raw V skill charge. And it's crazy because he got the air juggle, right? That kept him alive. That's blocked. Yeah? No!
Nope.
He pushed a button after slide. That's what it was.
So that's some real my fire's better, but here's the problem. Look at all that gray life.
And look at all this damage, Brad! You're dead!
If Art had found a limb, that would have been it for that round. Instead, NuckleDu finally placed that anti-air. One of the difficulties that NuckleDu has had, oh my god. If I want the command grab bad enough, I'm going to dash forward and take it. But what I was going to say is one of the difficulties that Du has been having is, for as much as Art is going to the air, outside of these crouch jabs beating or trading the dive kick, Du doesn't really have an answer.
I mean, this round, he just doesn't have an answer for anything, honestly. As I say that. The wall bounce, too? Oh, we're going coast to coast. We're going the distance. Has that corner pressure now. Backs off. Madman. Actual insanity going for a jump in against Arturo.
Where's the sniper? We know that they have one in position. Oh, it's not going to happen.
Oh, it's delayed. He clicked. He's got to reload. It wasn't enough. He didn't have the armor-piercing rounds.
Okay, he had the second one. It's a bolt-action rifle. He needed the second shot. 2-2 in grand finals.
And these have been so close. Razor-thin margins from both sides. That was honestly probably one combo away from Du taking that round, too.
No, for sure. I mean, it feels like you can't definitively call it for Art at any point until he has the round. G just has so much damage potential. But on top of that, G just, you know, once he does get the knockdown, he can stay in the pocket decently well and try to keep this happening. Oh my god, the chase down with these lunge lows.
Oh, that was sick. That was one of those tricky scenarios.
Punished. He wanted to punish the
charge
V-skill store, but actually got smoked.
Oh, that was tough too. The fireball actually added enough distance, / there was already enough distance that the V reversal missed. So more meter being expended here from Art just for nothing. That was the moment. That was the time. The crush counter comes in. We're pressing buttons, pressing the issue.
It's so hard for Art to find a cadence where he can stick out pokes enough to slow NuckleDu down. As NuckleDu has Art back at the corner, is slowly backing off, which you can afford to do because you have the life lead, low forward connects, and it is reset point here for NuckleDu.
But it's also like that point we had fully charged presidential, multiple stacks of V skill, and as we saw Art get a couple hits, like, where's the knockdown? Where do you take away that advantage that Du is just pummeling you with? Empowered fireball after empowered fireball, block after block. Like, there was no room for Art to breathe.
Right, and this is I mean, you talked about the empowered fireball, but now Du is fully loaded, has everything he needs. Presidentiality and the V-Skill in the back to keep him safe. This is going to be a harder round for Art to win, just because exactly like you said, he now gets to win out on that fireball game here.
And you have to get a knockdown. And if you're V-reversing that, and look at that, it actually kept him out of the fire. He walks back into the shore, but again, empowered fireball, back. And just charging. He's just getting all the charges in the world.
It's wild that that Fierce disconnected, but he doesn't get anything for it. That should be enough, I would think. Yeah, absolutely. That is a bracket reset here as NuckleDu closes that one out. Dash low into the CA.
G wins.
Chat, it's happening. It is happening. We always talk about how at the end of the day, one of the hardest things to do is to have to come in from loser side against Arturo Sanchez, right? Like, this man can be a slog to play against, for lack of a better word, right? Like, it is a Dhalsim that will time you out if given the chance. Like, there is a lot to pay attention to. It's mentally taxing. And in a loser's side run back, you got to do it twice. You got to win twice.
And NuckleDu has been in loser side since before top 8. NuckleDu actually, ooh, I just double checked. Art is the one who sent NuckleDu down to losers in order to get into the winner side of top 8. I had forgotten that match.
Wait, was it?
Yeah. I'm looking at it right now. 2-1 in Art's favor in order to get into top 8.
That was the winners quarterfinals, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently 3 out of 5 is the way to go, chat.
Seems so. Well, hey, we got another 3 out of 5 to play with. Gonna have to see if Art is able to stymie the storm that is NuckleDu. It has been hard, right? The damage that is available to him, as well as the fact that it seems like, you know, Art is struggling to play at a pace that really shuts down the presidentiality and the V-skill out of NuckleDu. So NuckleDu eventually hits this spot of sort of stability for the stronger version of G, at which point he can just kind of fish and run away with it once he does get a hit.
I'm like trying to think of like a game mechanic I can compare it to. But it's kind of just, I guess the closest thing would be like an enrage timer, right? Like you waited too long to kill the final boss, so they powered up. I mean,
it's a mini game.
True, that too.
There's other characters like that where it's like, yeah, I got all of my resources, now I'm the stronger version of the character, and it is now going to give you these problems.
And Art's just throwing everything at the wall. Like, they pushed a ton of buttons, they spent a lot of resources, and that's a tricky fireball. It works, but again, without a knockdown, and unfortunately for Art, because of the V-skill 2, you need 2 knockdowns to even take a level away. Like,
right.
It is crushing people.
Yeah, the V-reversal even whiffs. Art doesn't get anything for it.
And now you're in chip range.
No, there's still a V-reversal on the table there for Art.
But it's... I was saying, you could have found a way to space it, but I was also going to say, isn't there a range that you can force where the V-reversal would whiff? Like all of the other times we've seen the V-reversal whiff? I could be wrong. Oh, we just interrupted an EX fireball! Art tried to get the tempo on their side, and Du was just faster.
God, the fact that Du is getting so much of this, like, free presidentiality just by way of the fact that, you know, Art can only really threaten so much.
They can't get a knockdown, and it's so problematic. Although that time, I think they interrupted the actual power-up portion of it, so it effectively did the same thing.
But that's spacing dependent and reaction dependent, right? Like, there's... Depending on where you are on the screen, you might have a limb that can do it. That is the second time it's been standing jab into the dash low that has just clipped him out.
And look at that.
Backing way up. What is this?
He's giving him space. The air reset. Oh, you were actually just walking at him like a madman? I guess it's true. You cannot beat him if you don't get closer, but the snipers from afar.
All right, 1 round apiece. This is the first game post grand finals bracket reset.
Post-Brexit. Gets the knockdown there, but Du waking up with back throw. Gets a charge on that V skill. All right. Art not giving up yet.
Playing some neutral right now. Art having the life lead, so choosing to be a little bit more methodical with the way that he's trying to play the ground game, and it's working out for the better. Gets the V-skill store off the back, no mix-up behind it, just uses it for some frame advantage.
That was scary. Command grab.
Oh, no.
Don't let it happen. Arturo, you've been here before. Say hello to the P2 corner. He waited. Oh, didn't get the pickup though.
No, absolutely. Dash in, low short.
Oh, you're dead.
I don't...
No!
No, you're not.
And now you
Slide activate!
Art! The 800 frame young man reactions. Save it for Arturo.
My man just did it. He just did it. First game on the board, post bracket reset. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with Dave Rabat. That's definitely a moment.
How you doing, chat room?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, great. I'm having a blast tonight, chat. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. Thank you, everybody who showed up so far. If you're watching this in YouTube chat, thank you. YouTube comment section.
Come watch live. We're fun to hang out with.
Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, twitch.tv/CasaBunch. But look at this life advantage. Can he get anything done with it? We're going to have to see, because Art struggled a little bit. Even though they won that round flashily, it's been tough out here for the Yoga Master.
This is that fully loaded G that has been a real problem for Art to deal with.
Oh. You see him flex? He stuck that out and said, look at this.
Well, I said it pre-bracket reset. I had commented that one of the difficulties that Du has been trying to find an answer for what to do. Oh, Art is at, regular jump height.
That was silly.
So many dashes, and I wonder why Art is not able to check these as much. I guess maybe the threat of lunge punch means that, he doesn't want to just hit buttons every time he sees G dashing in and out. Is it just a mental stack thing?
And the spacing was bad on that charge up, so Du got the power. And here comes more. We got powers. We're at level 2 presidential and a V skill. And we got that second charge. And that should... Actually, that might have been spacing non-punishable. But, all right, Art's getting in there. Art's taking a turn.
Oh my god, the standing roundhouse works. There's a pseudo anti-air there. And the low into the trigger activation. We're going coast to coast.
Oh, he reached.
Again! Not my day. So often the command grab is what's getting smoked out. Art is still not dissuaded from the up back.
And I mean, honestly, Du's not persuaded away from the command grab, honestly. Like, he's still doing it. The chance at losing the round versus the chance of getting that hit and just crushing Art's life bar, Du sees it as worth it.
Right? Fully loaded once again, but it seems like one of the differences that Art is bringing to the table is being a little bit more confident playing farther out, not worrying as much, and just trying to invest the resources. There's a lot of like EX Yoga Fire as trying to take control of the screen.
I had to V-break that.
V-break.
Yeah, the V... Oh! Now, bad spacing here from Art. Gets the command grab, and he got full meter. How much do you spend? Anything? 1.
Oh, okay. I figured that it would be the next touch would just be to go for a snake confirm, but I guess we get a better knockdown on spending the 1 bar, and then it's still a one-time concentration.
That V-skill hit for forever. It's true. He's got the Abe Lincoln going on. But he still has these empowered fireballs. Look at that gray life on Art.
Yeah. G knows how to reach across the aisle. So much gray life from both players. Look at that gray life. 50% of Du's life is gray life right now, and it is still adding up.
Knockdown comes in, but you're still at level 2 presidential.
Art is gonna do this and then just
No,
back out. No
no,
way. There is
no.
no way you did anything. Oh. Art closes out that game 2-0 up over NuckleDu post bracket reset. I respect the call from Du. I mean, at that point, it's a pure 50-50, right? Either Art has hit another button and you close out the round, or he hasn't and you lose on timeout either way. Oh, character swap?
So chat, I want you to know I have an Alt F4 macro on my stream deck. You don't even want to know the quickness I would have hit that button with had that worked. I would have shut it all down, gone to bed, changed my name, changed my zip code. It would have been over. There would be no more. Is it a character swap? No, he didn't win. Art won.
Right, so why did you have the score at 1-1?
Is it not 1-1? It is 1-1. Du won the first game, and then Art just won a game.
Did he? I'm so bugged.
Art won 2 games.
That's what I thought.
Did he?
Yes.
I definitely had a NuckleDu victory up there already. Is it
Then
2-1?
No, I think it's 2-0. It's 2-0.
It's 2-0.
It's 2-0 Art. Right, Les is saying no. Yeah, you put a point for Du, then switched names.
I did swap the names because they swap sides.
You must have done it in the reverse order.
I must have been too excited for that scenario and just lost track of everything. But
The worst part is, like, I saw the score update wrong, and then in the same breath, read Lesko, I can't believe he won anyway, and I was like, wow, did I actually go blind
Am I
for
wrong?
the end of that set?
is
No,
it me that's
it's
wrong? No,
No,
chat.
it's the doctor. It's the doctor who is wrong. Anyway, NuckleDu has made the switch over to our Mika to try to steamroll through the rest of this. We're like, all right, cool. Presidentiality, decorum, politics, done.
And it was crazy. We've seen Du play 4 separate characters in top 4 games in the Casa Online, which is more than any other player.
I don't think that's true either.
4 characters in top 4 matches?
Top 4. We can contemplate the finer points of this when we're done watching the end of this grand finals here.
Oh no!
So much damage off that, and the anti-air connects. Art is on tournament point.
Round 2.
Oh, you can see NuckleDu is even, like, trying to use the microphone to armor through the fireballs like we see a lot of people do, but just the timing of it with the speed of that fireball, it's not really there.
Oh, that trade actually does more damage to Mika than Dhalsim. That's unfortunate. Great jump in, though.
Oh,
Doesn't cash anything out, but takes corner control, but Art's still challenging.
You're in the air?
Yeah,
You even had the button. The button didn't even matter. He was in the air. The chair comes out, stays same side. Went for the sniper?
I went for something, but... Oh, that was the sniper for sure! Du mistimes it! And according to chat, that's the end of the tournament.
According to everybody but you, Doc.
I just want more games!
If they stick around, we keep playing.
Nobody say anything.
Nobody say anything. Yo, it's 1-0, 1-0, 1-0.
Now, Dude's already gone.
Dude.
Any of these counter pokes that Itachi's Legacy is throwing out. Wow, the patience to wait for the kite, but still comes down with a button, does Itachi's Legacy. Are we going to stay same side? Yes, we are. We're going to go for the throw on the reset. A second throw? That was going to be 3.
Yes. You always go for 3.